What's up, YouTube? I'm gonna do a state of the game on the game Rust today, and today I'm just gonna be doing a little walkthrough. This is I'm gonna make the jump. Sweet, made the jump, and then gonna be walking around. This is a big base I found that's kind of blown out right now. I think it was a hacker base, and so the admins destroyed it, but left it up. They destroyed all the doors inside of it and left it just for people to kind of wander around in. So what is Rust? Rust is a survival game slash first person shooter. There is FPS or PvP, sorry, PvP in this game, and it does on different servers. It does vary. Certain servers are set up strictly for PvP. Certain servers are set up for no PvP. Some servers have no C4. Basically, you start out, you come into a game. A lot of the modded servers have starter packs that give you food, a sleeping bag, some sort of stone hatchet, something simple, so you can just get started. Because sometimes when you go into the regular servers, you get spawned in the middle of nowhere, and you run out of food by the time before you can even gather anything or enough stuff, and then you gotta worry about other people finding you and just killing you for fun. So that's the gist of the game. The cool thing about the game is that I love is it's a big player-based community. When you go in and you make a comment for the devs on one of the sites, they actually do respond. Whether it's something that you like or not, whether they actually say, "Hey, we're gonna do that," "Hey, we're not doing that," they do a good job of responding and making sure that everyone in the community is valued and their opinion is valued. This is kind of an area called Radtown or Split Rad. Once you go in there, there's radiation. The game originally started out with zombies in these areas, and because of, I'm sure, I don't know for whether that's 100%, but because of the DayZ zombie thing, they started out with the zombies, but the developer said, "Hey, we just threw these in here. We don't really want to stick with them," so they switched over to those right there, which are radiated bears and wolves. I wish that they would have gone with some sort of soldier citizen type thing to where there was some, I don't know how they would have done it, but it makes no sense for bears and wolves to be dropping ammunition, guns, all that stuff when you kill them. And you can get meat off those. I don't know why you would in real life. If you found some radiated bears or some animals, pretty sure I know I at least would not be eating that meat. So I do see some development going on there, hopefully, and some changes to some logical questions that I guess I don't really agree with as to why certain things are the way they are in the game right now. But like I said, they do listen to the players. When you suggest something or you want something, they do listen. There's fall damage. Sometimes you'll break your legs, and for 30 seconds you have to like crawl around like this, which is kind of annoying, but I guess the closest thing that they could do, honestly. User interface is pretty easy. They got an F1 right here with commands that you can get off of their website to say grass on, grass off, nudity on, nudity off, because you start off naked in the game with like you have nothing on, and then as you develop stuff you get different sorts of armor. But if you have the nudity off, you actually see everyone's little dingle dangle. There's only men, so don't get too excited, unless you're a female that's into that. But there's a bunch of naked dudes running around basically at the beginning of the game. But for, I guess, censorship and whatnot, they on your screen, if it starts off with nudity off, or nudity off, censorship on, and so it looks like you have a pair of pants on. So you don't have to see, you don't have to be subjected or worry about your kids being subjected to a bunch of little dingle dangles running around in the woods chopping wood and whatnot. So the game, I played 175 hours of this game in the last like 3 weeks. I got it like two days or so after it came out. I'm in love with this game. I do think, just like DayZ, it does lack a little bit of depth, because as soon as you learn everything in a server, if you've got a group that's too large for the server, it's real easy to clean it out, and then all of a sudden no one's playing the server. Like this server, when I started, it had like 50 people in it, and now it's down to 6. So I do see a lot of fluctuation in the servers, and it's really hard to find a server that's going to stay populated. A lot of that has to do with the admins. I've seen a lot of admin abuse of the admins have absolutely 100% power over the server, so they can spawn in whatever they want. They can go into invisible mode. They can go in God mode. They can. So if you got a group in there and all of a sudden you're making too much of a ruckus, all of a sudden 3 admins come out of nowhere and they're invisible and they kill you all. I've seen that happen. On the last server that my group was on, that I play with normally, we made the mistake of raiding an admin base. Next thing you know, we come on and we're all banned. And he went on Facebook and on the forums and tried to make it out to seem like one of our players was duping or duplicating. Which I guess right now there's a hack out for a server restart, to where if you restart a server, it resets the server logs back anywhere from 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 minutes. It just varies. I'm not sure on the exact number. And so what people are doing is they make make a large storage box full of stuff, high value stuff like metal, like low quality metal. They pull it all out, they click their little hack button, and it restarts the server, and all of a sudden everything that's on them gets saved separately from what's in their storage boxes. The storage boxes get reset. All of a sudden you've got a large storage crate full of low quality metal, and you've got a whole person full of low quality metal. So I guess that's a hack out now. One thing, this game did have about a 10% hack rate, and it actually a larger than that, but they caught, just over a week ago, they caught 4,600 hackers and banned them completely, and that was at the time about 10% of the player base. So they are active in making sure that this game does stay hack free, which is awesome, and more than I can say for a lot more expensive games and a lot more name brand games. So the cons really are the depth, which it still takes you a good week or so to get fully developed, especially if you're not in a big group. With a big group, you can do it in a day or an afternoon, and then you clear the server out, which that's a pro, I guess, if you're into that. If you just want to go around and go from server to server and mess up people's day and troll, I would rather have a more lengthy, stabilized game. The admins are definitely a con right now. I hope that at some point they're able to find a happy median with the admins to say you're allowed to do this, this, and this, but you're a danger to yourself if you are allowed to do this and that. And the only other thing that I can think of is the fact that, and I can't for the life of me find a remedy to this. I've talked to several people about it, but like right now, I've got friends in 4 servers. I normally have friends in about 7 or 8. In order to play with those in those servers, I've got to leave this server, which means I leave all I've built up, all my knowledge from the blueprints and things I've researched and whatnot, from the Kevlar to the metal pieces, and then I got to start all over again to go play with the other friends. So what happens is I play in a server to where I either get raided out and I just can't do it anymore, or my group takes over a server and we realize, hey, we've basically owned the server, let's just leave and go to another server. So like I said, I can't for the life of me think of a remedy to that, but I would love at some point, some way to go from one server to another without starting completely over. Like maybe a global research thing, like to where at least you could take your knowledge with you, not your materials. But then I think that they would have to make it a lot harder to find the research stuff. just to even that all out. So I don't know what might happen in the future with they do have two mod uh, server things going on right now, which are called Oxide and Rust Plus Plus. Both of those allow the server admins to mod the server to allow for no C4, more C4. The server admin can come on and do a bunch of airdrops, um, all sorts of great stuff that, if used properly, can be a lot of fun. It allows the server admins to create different game modes. From some servers are strictly just you log in, you put in a command starter kit PvP, and all of a sudden you've got an M4 and all this Kevlar, and your goal is to go out there and kill people, which is a lot of fun for a short while for me. If I just want to go on there and try and shoot some people and get shot, and then you just start over and you get the starter pack again. Whereas some of them are set up for long term. There's economy systems where if you can sell certain items that you have and you get some money for it, and then you can go onto the market and you can buy other items which you haven't been able to find yet, and you can research them. So there's a lot of variation going on in the game, a lot of player driven gaming, which is always a plus in my mind, as long as it's in the right hands, which so far Rust seems to be. So I'm excited for the development of this game. I'm excited for the new things that come out in this game. Sorry for kind of being long-winded. I put this off, so I've got a lot of thoughts about the game, and they're all looking up. This cannot wait to see what happens with this game. I hope that it continues to get better. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys in game, and take care.